address council during public comment portion of the agenda. Press star 9 to raise hand and we will select you from the meeting queue. Press star 6 to unmute and mute yourself. Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor, if you wouldn't mind calling the roll.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm going to introduce Tiffany.
Okay, sounds good. Councilmember Mendoza Navarro.
Here.
Councilmember Trujillo.
Here.
Councilmember Guerra.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cho.
Here.
Mayor Robertson is also here. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. And I apologize that I didn't do this earlier, but Tiffany Flores, our executive assistant with the city, is filling in for our city clerk, Reina Rivera, who had an emergency, a family emergency earlier today. And so Tiffany was kind enough to step in and act as our city clerk. Apologies if, everything doesn't go smoothly as normal under Reina, but she's picking it up pretty quickly.
That's right. We'll work it out.
Thank you.
Improvise.
Absolutely.
Okay, with that, we will go through the next step. Potential conflicts of interest. Any council member who has a potential conflict of interest may now identify the item and recuse themselves from discussing and voting on the matter. I haven't seen this one before. Agenda changes or deletions. Are we going to start reading that for each meeting?
Sorry, Mayor. I did suggest to the city manager and the city clerk that could be added. That's a language that we have in the city of Dinuba. It basically cites the government code that allows additions and changes to the agenda. And so that's something that you don't necessarily have to read it verbatim, but it's a government code. It's a reference to a government code section that's, that has always been there.
So even if we don't have additions or changes, you still suggest that we read it?
You don't have to read it verbatim, but I would suggest maybe just checking in with the city manager to see if there are any additions or changes each time. That's what we do in Dinuba.
Okay.
But you're free to do it however.
And that gives you the
like.
language just in case there are additions or changes.
Right. Most
My
importantly, it gives you the
suggestion would be
code.
to read it as standard practice because we never know what comes up during public comment that might require some sort of change to the normal agenda process.
Okay. Additions, agenda changes or deletions to better accommodate members of the public or convenience in the order of presentation. Items on the agenda may not be presented or acted upon in the order listed. Additions to agenda may be added only pursuant to California Government Code, Section 54954.2B. And oral communications. At this time, any member of the public may address the city council regarding any item on the special meeting agenda over which the council has jurisdiction. No action or discussion will be taken on any item not on the agenda. Issues raised will be referred to the city manager for review. Members of the public shall limit their remarks to 3 minutes. Since we don't have anyone here, we will now we will recess this meeting and move into closed session where we will discuss Government Code Section 54956.95, a liability claim against the city by Jerry Hurtado, Cindy Zavala, and Jedediah Espina.